So here we are at the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte. I'm with two of the brightest and the best in the biz, Jason Leffler and Joey Logano. So the average age of the NASCAR driver is somewhere between 25 and 30, and then on average, that winning streak comes early 30s. Both of you seem to have defied the odds on your winning streaks very early in the game. So what is the secret? You know, Joey, you first. How did you, get out of the starting blocks so early and so good?
I think for me, I started when I was really young. I think a lot of kids that are coming into the NASCAR series now are really starting when they're 6, 7 years old. And that's when I started. And when I was 15 years old, Joe Gibbs Racing found me and gave me the opportunity to get in really good race cars at a really young age, and really helped my learning curve go a lot quicker than I think it would have been if it went a different way. So
you started at the age of 12, which is considered kind of late when you look at when you look at the scale now. But for you, do you feel like starting out any sooner might not have been the right formula for you?
I think at the time it wouldn't have been, but by the time I was 12, I wanted to do it so bad. I developed such a passion for it that I think that's what helped me later on in the years,
And who do you admire? Are there those drivers that you thought, okay, one of these days, I'm going to be neck and neck with you, and then voila, here you are?
Yeah, I mean, there's numerous drivers on different levels that I've always admired. Jeff Gordon was one that I always admired growing up, and Tony Stewart was very helpful. I mean, he was helpful in getting me my shot down here in NASCAR. So anytime I get a chance to race with those guys, I'm pretty excited.
So Joey, what happens to you when you get ready to race, when you get in the cockpit, so to speak, behind the wheel? Is there like a real transformation that takes place with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's two different Joeys. There's Joey away from the racetrack and there's Joey at the racetrack. And I think that's kind of where you got to be. You got to be able to enjoy life for sure. But when you're at the racetrack, that's serious time. That's time you're working really hard on your race car to make it better with your team. And when before the race starts, I just become really quiet because I think your mind's just going a million miles an hour about all the situations that can happen, what you want to do if certain situations happen, what we can do. And it's just a bunch of unknowns basically until the green flag drops. So you're trying to just prepare yourself the best you possibly can for that race, and just in case something happens, because you never know what's going to happen. It's like any other sport. Something can happen lap one. If you get put in a position, last lap of the race, what are you going to do? Things like that, they always run through your mind, and that's going through the whole race. As you're going 200 miles an hour out there, you're thinking about the next pit stop, what your car's going to do, trying to position yourself for the end of the race. All that stuff is always going through your mind, and that's where you just need to be prepared for all that the best way possible.
Can you ever be too confident?
I don't think so. I think you need to be very confident. I think there's a line between being cocky and confident. I think you need to be humble and take a step back every once in a while and look at where you are and how lucky you are to be able to do something like this. How many people want to drive a race car as a living and get paid to drive race cars?
Everyone.
I mean, that's pretty
everyone.
cool in my eyes. I can't think of anything else I'd rather do, or anything else I probably can do. But
I second that.
It's not a bad thing to know how to do well.